Class 10, see question number 11. ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, first what we have to do? We have to make one parallelogram. I am making like this. Okay, this is also a parallelogram. Okay, don't think that it is a rectangle because we know that rectangle is nothing but a parallelogram. Okay, so it is a parallelogram. After that, a circle passing through the point AB intersect the side. Okay, first I am giving name ABCD. A circle passing through A and B intersect the side AB and BC at the point D and F. A circle passing through AB. Circle is passing through A and B, intersect it in the point E and F. This one is E and this one is F. A circle passing through the parallelogram A and B, passing to the point A and B, intersect the circle at the point E and F. Okay. After that, what they are saying? Let us prove that the 4 points E, F, C, D are concyclic. We have to prove E, F, C, D. E, F, C, D. These 4 points are concyclic. Now you have to know what is the meaning of concyclic. I am writing the definition here. Concyclic, the set of points lie on the same circle. Okay. The set of points lie on the same circle is known as concyclic. It means that E, F, C, D must lie on same circle. And if it is lying on the same circle, it means it is a cyclic quadrilateral. Why? Because we know that cyclic quadrilateral are those quadrilaterals which lie on the circle only. Okay, this is the cyclic quadrilateral. And if it is a cyclic quadrilateral, it means it is also concyclic, because the definition of concyclic is this: the set of points lie on the same circle. Whatever points are there, it must lie on the same circle. Okay, it means that we have to prove sum of these angle and these angle will be 180 degree. If we will prove that opposite angle will be 180 degree, then we can say that it is a cyclic quadrilateral, and if it is a cyclic quadrilateral, we can say that it is also concyclic. Okay, so in the given part, what you will write given is ABCD is a parallelogram. So in the given part, you will write ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay. After that, just you have to write given part from book only. A circle passing through the point A and B intersect the side AD and BC at the point E and F. A circle passing through the points A and B, intersect the side AD and BC at the point E and F. Intersect the sides. The side AB and BC at the point E and F. Okay. Understood up here? Now what we have to prove, I am rubbing this concyclic one. We have to prove that EFCD are concyclic. RTP in RTP, what I will write? EFCD are concyclic. Okay, we have to prove. Okay, now in construction, there is construction. Okay, what construction we have to do? We have to join E and F. So in construction, what I will write? Construction, E and F are joined. Okay, completed up to here. Now after pause your video and write given part, article part and construction part. Okay. Now I am rubbing this given part. What I will do after that, I have to prove something. Okay. So you can see that A, B, E, F, A, B, F, E, A, B, F, E is a cyclic quadrilateral because it is lying inside the circle. If it is a cyclic quadrilateral, therefore external angle is equals to opposite internal angle. Now which one is the external angle? I am taking this one, EFC. So in place of external angle, I am writing EFC is equals to opposite internal angle. Opposite is this one and this one is internal angle. It means BAE. Angle BAE. Equation 1. Okay. After that, you can say that ABCD is a parallelogram. It is given. So what you will write? ABCD is a parallelogram. Therefore, this angle plus this angle will give you 180 degree because we know that at sum of the adjacent angle will be 180 degree in the parallelogram. So what you will write? BAB plus BAD plus ADC equals to 180 degree. Okay, because in parallelogram sum of the adjacent angle will be 180 degree. Now after this one, in place of BAD, you can write BAE also. I am not doing this side, I am keeping up to here. So in place of BAD, you can write also BAE. So I am writing BAE plus in place of ADC, I am writing EDC. We are not changing the angle. What we are doing only, we are starting from here. Okay, means BAE and EDC, that I am writing. Okay. Now in place of BAE from equation 1, what you can write? EFC. So I am writing here EFC plus angle. Okay, EDC equals to 180 degree. Now see, EFC and EDC. It means that EFC, this angle, and EDC, this angle. These two angle, sum of these two angle is 180 degree. It means that it is cyclic quadrilateral. So what you will write? Says sum of opposite angle is 180 degree. I am rubbing this part, okay? Or I am doing like this. Therefore, what you will say? EFCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. If it is a cyclic quadrilateral, we can say also EFCD is a concyclic because what is the definition of concyclic? That the set of points which lie on the same circle is known as a concyclic. So we can say that, so EFCD are concyclic. Okay, concyclic. Please understand it properly again. First, ABFE is a cyclic quadrilateral. It means that external angle is equals to opposite internal angle. That is why I have written EFC equals to BAE and giving equation 1. Okay, right here from equation 1. From 1. Okay. Now after that, A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. When it is a parallelogram, it means that some of the adjacent angle will be 180 degree. Means BAD and ADC means this angle and this angle will give you 180 degree. Now in place of BAD, you can write BAE also. You are not changing angle, only you are not going up to here, you are keeping up to here. So BAE I can write, and in place of ADC I can write EDC also. Now in place of BAE from equation 1 we can write EFC because BAE is equals to EFC. Okay, and we can see that EFC this angle and EDC this angle is coming 180 degree. Sum of these two angles are coming 180 degree. Since sum of the opposite angle is 180 degree, therefore EFCD is a cyclic quadrilateral because we know opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral will be 180 degree. If this is the cyclic, it means EFCD is also concyclic because concyclic definition is the set of points which lie on the same circle. Copy this one. Now class 10, read question number 14. In 14, they are saying I have drawn such a cyclic quadrilateral ABC that AC bisected BAD. I have drawn such a cyclic quadrilateral ABC. A cyclic quadrilateral is ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral that AC bisected BAD. AC bisected BAD. Okay. AC bisected BAD. Angle BAD. So of course AC is bisecting angle BAD. Now AD is extended up to the point E. Now AD is extended up to the point E such a way that DE is equals to AB. DE is equals to AB. Now they are saying to prove. Let us prove that CE is equals to CA. Means which two? CE. This one is equals to this one. Okay. Again I am repeating the question that ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral and AC is bisecting angle BAD in such a way, and when we are extending DE, then DE is equals to AB. We have to prove AC is equals to CD. Okay. Now I have written given angle BAC is equals to CAD. Why angle BAC is equals to CAD? See, AC is bisecting angle BAD. Okay, BAD is angle. When any side bisect any angle, it will always divide that angle into two equal halves. Suppose that you have this type of triangle and this one is bisector. It means this bisector will divide this angle into two equal halves. Same thing, AC is dividing this BAD angle into two equal halves. It means BAC is equals to CAD. Means BAC is equals to CAD. That is why I have written BAC is equals to CAD. Why? AC is a bisector. Okay, one more thing is given to you. AB is equals to DE. AB is equals to DE. It is given. Now you have to prove. Article is required to prove. You have to prove this one that CE is equals to CA. CE is equals to CA. Okay, means this line and this line are equal. Construction. What I am doing in a construction? BD are joined. I am joining BD. Okay, BD are joined. Okay. Now in proving part one by one, please concentrate here how to do this one. Angle BAD is this BAC. Sorry, angle BAC. This half angle is equals to angle BDC. See, why these two are equal? I told you in the last class that angles in the same segment are equal. So see, BAC, this angle, and BDC, same segment. They are lying in the same segment, and their arc is this one. Okay, this one BC, that is why written BC is an arc and lie on the same segment. Okay, understood this one. Now CAD, angle CAD. Okay, I am rubbing this one first. Angle CAD means this angle is equals to CBD. Again, it is lying in the same segment. Segment name is DC. That is why I have written CD is an arc and lie on the lie on same segment. That is why they both are equal. I have given equation number 1 and equation number 2. This one is already written the given part. I am copying this one from the given part. Okay, BAC is equals to CAB. BAC is equals to CAB. Now in place of BAC I am writing BDC from equation 1. In place of BAC I am writing BDC, and in place of CAD, I am writing CBD. I have written from equation 1 and 2. Okay, if these two are equal means BDC. Okay, BDC means this angle, and CBD, this angle are equal. It means BC is equals to CD. Why BC is equals to CD? Because these two angles are on these two angles line same equal. It means that adjacent side will be equal. Now what we will do after this? Now see, we have to prove that in triangle ABCD, triangle ABC, this triangle, and CDD, this triangle, means which two triangle I am taking? This triangle and this triangle, ABC triangle and CDE triangle. Okay, now why I am proving these two congruent? Because if we will prove this one and this one are congruent, then their corresponding sides or corresponding angles will be equal. You know that whenever we are proving congruency, it means that the rest of the side or the rest of the angle will be equal. Okay, so what I am proving that in triangle ABC and triangle CDE, in triangle ABC and triangle CDE, ABC triangle and CDE triangle. AB equals to DE. AB is equals to DE. It is given. That is why I have written given here. Now internal angle ABC is equals to external angle CDE. Internal angle ABC is equals to external angle CDE. These two are equal. Okay. We know that because in quadrilateral, cyclic quadrilateral, external angle is always equals to opposite internal angle, and BC equals to DC. From where we are getting this one? BC is equals to BC, this one. That is why I have to prove this one, otherwise we don't need, because this one we know already, AB equals to DE. This one we also know because external angle is always equals to opposite internal angle. But for proving congruency we are doing this, and for this one we are doing from here to here. Means 4 lines we are doing extra for proving only this part, BC equals to DC. Now when one side, one angle and one more side, means two sides and one angle are equal, then we can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDE, side angle side. Okay, by the properties of side angle side. If these two triangles are congruent, then the rest of the side will be also equal. So which one is the rest of the side? We have proved already two sides. See, AB and BC. Okay, AB and BC, where is BC? This one. AB BC equals to DE DC. Okay, DE and BC. Which two side left? Can you see? This one and this one left. That is why I have written CE equals to CA, corresponding properties of congruent triangle. CPCT full form is corresponding property of congruent triangle. This is the property. When you are proving that two triangles are equal or congruent, not equal, mainly congruent, then the rest of the side or rest of the angle will be equal also. Okay, please go through it and please write it. Now class 10, read question number 15. Of two circles, one passes through the center O. Please, in this question there is one mistake. There will be no Q. It must be O. So please correct this. Convert this Q to O. Means you have to write O. Wherever you are getting Q, please write at that place O. Of two circles, one passes through the center O of the other circle, and the two circles intersect each other at the point A and B. Of two circles, one passes through the center O of the other circle. Of two circles, I have two circles. Okay, how many circles I have? Two circles. This one is one circle and this one is other one. Okay, what they are saying? One circle is passing from the center of the other circle. Okay, and they intersect each other at the point A and B. Means this one is one circle and this circle is passing from the center of other circle. That is, and center name is O of the other circle. Okay, understood? And they intersect each other at the point A and B. Okay. After that, what they are saying? The straight line passing through A intersect the circle with center O at the point P and Q. The straight line passing center intersect the circle with center O at the point P and intersect the circle with center O at the point R. Okay, joining PB and PR, joining PB and BR. Okay, they are telling to join PB and BR. Okay, let us prove that PR equals to PB. We have to prove PR equals to PB. We have to prove which one? PR. This is equals to this one. Now, how you will prove this one? Please see. PR equals to PB. This one, sorry. PR equals to PB. Now, given part, in the given part, what you will write? Written in your book. Whatever written, just you have to copy this one of two circles. One passes through the center O of the circle, and the two circles intersect each other at the point A and B. The straight line passes through A, intersect the circle with center O at the point B, and intersect the circle with center O at the point R, joining PB and RP. Up to here you can write, or you can write by your own in your using your own word. Okay. Now after that, given part you will write by your own. Now RTP required to prove PR equals to PB. PR, this straight line is equals to PB. Okay. In construction, OA. Okay. OA and OB. Okay. OA and OB are joined. Okay, we are joining OA and OB. O is the center of other circle. Okay, in the second circle. Now prove. Let ARB equals to X degree. See, we don't know anything related to this. So what we are doing? We are letting. Let ARB equals to X degree. ARB. Which one is ARB? ARB means this angle equals to X degree. We are letting. Okay. Now, if this is X degree, see, this is on the circle and this is center of the circle. Okay. And we know that from the theorem that center of the circle, angle of center of the circle will always double than the angle on the circle. That is why I have written angle AOB equals to 2 times of angle ARB. AOB is the angle on the center and ARB is the angle on the circle. Or we know that from the theorem 38, that cyclic theorem, that angle in the circle is always double that angle on the circle. That is why I have written AOB equals to 2 into ARB. Now in place of ARB I can write X degree because I have taken X degree, and I have written the reason AB is an arc in center O. Now you can see APBO is a cyclic quadrilateral. Which one? APBO. This one. This one is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, of circle, this first circle. Okay, if this is a cyclic quadrilateral, it means sum of the opposite angle will be 180 degree. That is why I have written therefore APB, this angle plus AOB, this angle will give you 180 degree. Sum of two angles will give you 180 degree. Okay, that is why I have written APB plus AOB equals to 180 degree. Now in place of AOB I can write 2x degree because we got AOB value 2x degree. Now I am taking 2x degree this side. That is why I am writing here angle APB I am getting 180 degree minus 2x. APB, this angle I am getting 180 degree minus 2x degree. Okay, so this one is x degree. I got this one 180 degree minus 2x degree. Now in triangle PBR, which triangle? PBR, this triangle. Can you see this triangle? Of course, PBR. So what we know related to any triangle, that sum of three angles will give you 180 degree. Okay, that is why I have written PBR plus PRB plus RPB. PBR, this angle plus this angle plus this angle. See, PBR plus PRB, this angle plus RPB. RPB. This angle will give you 180 degree. Now this value I don't know, but PRB value I know. PRB and ARB will be same. Why these two will be same? Angle PRB. Why? See, angle is same in both the cases. Only in place of A, now what I am writing? P. Why? Because you can say that PRB or ARB both are same. Only what we are doing when we extend A, we will get P. It means that PRB and ARB will be equal. That is why in place of PRB I am writing X degree, and RPB we got 180 degree minus 2x degree. APB we got which one? APB. It means RPB, APB and RPB both are same. RPB. Only in place of A I am writing R, and here only in place of A I am writing P. Just I am not taking that point, I am taking the other point, but angle is same. Okay, so in place of APB and RPB I am writing 180 degree minus 2x. Now you can say that plus 180 degree plus 180 degree from both sides will cancel out. Plus x degree minus 2x degree will give you minus x degree, and when minus x degree will come here, it will become plus x degree. Please solve this one and you copy properly. Okay, so you got two angles as same, PBR and ARB. PBR you got x degree and ARB, or you can write PRB here. PRB you got x degree both angle, which R and B. This angle you got again x degree. If these angle are same, if two angles are same, then we can say that it is an isosceles triangle, because we know the properties of isosceles triangle. Two sides will be equal and two angles will be equal in an isosceles triangle. That is why I have written triangle is an isosceles triangle. If two angles are equal, it means that sides are also equal. That is why I have written PB equals to PR. PB equals to PR. PB equals to PR. Okay? Understood this one? Copy this one, go through it again and again. Now class 10, we first come to page number 165. In 165, theorem number 39, you can see it is written, proof is not included in the evaluation. It means that it will not come. Only you have to understand two things related to this theorem to solve question number 16. Okay, otherwise you will not understand. See the last line of page number 165. It is written, therefore PTR equals to PSR. What is written? PTR is equals to PSR. Okay, I am writing here. PTR equals to PSR, and diagram is like this. Something like this. Okay, it is given. Diagram number 2. Okay, PQ R S T. So they are saying PTR. P angle is this, PSR, and S angle is this. Means both angles are in the same side. Then you can say that this one you have understood. Now come to the next page of 166, and see the second line. It is written, therefore PTR equals to PSR. Again they have given one diagram number 1, and they are saying that PTR is equals to PSR. Again you can see that PTR, we are doing here, PTR equals to PSR. Okay, I am making diagram, making roughly. Okay, this one is T, this one is S, T, Q, R. So PTR is this angle, PSR this angle. These both angles they are saying same, as well as in this one also they are saying these two angles are same. Means both angles are in the same side. At that time, if you are proving that these two angles are same, then you can say that it is also concyclic. Okay, concyclic means the 4 points lie in the same circle. Okay, understood this one? Why I am telling you? Only you have to understand this one. Otherwise, no need to do anything related to this theorem. Nothing will come from here. Only this much, because when I am doing application number 16, then I have seen that this is applied in this one. Otherwise, you will not be able to solve the question. Okay. So now I am reading question number 16. Question number 16 is, let us prove that any 4 vertices of a rectangular pentagon are concyclic. So pentagon diagram is this. I am making A, B, C, D, E, and they are saying that we have to prove that any 4 vertices, vertices means points, are of pentagon, regular pentagon, are concyclic. Concyclic means lie on the same circle. Okay, so given part A, B, C, D is a pentagon, or you can write regular pentagon. Okay, you can write regular pentagon. Okay, now RTP, we have to prove B, C, D, E. I am taking any 4 vertices they are saying. I am taking B, C, D, E. Means I am taking these vertices, these and these. These vertices are what? Concyclic. Okay, now construction. BD and CE are joined. BD, CE are joined. Okay, now prove. Now after joining BD, you can see that you are getting 2 triangles, BCD, this triangle, and one more triangle is CDE, this triangle. Okay, you are getting these 2 triangles. In these 2 triangles, first I am proving that whether they are congruent or not. Now DC equals to CD, ED, BC equals to ED. Why? Because we know in pentagon all sides are equal as well as all angles are equal. In pentagon, all sides are equal as well as all angles are equal. That is why when I am taking BCD triangle, this triangle, and CDE, this triangle, these 2 triangles, BC and ED, both are same, both are equal because all sides are equal in pentagon. Same angle BCD equals to angle CDE. These 2 angles are also equal. Why? Because all angles are equal in pentagon. That is why we written all angles are equal in pentagon. CD is common side. One side is common. Which one? CD. Okay. So you have proved one side, one angle, again one side. So you can say that therefore triangle BCD is congruent to triangle CDE, side angle, side property. Now angle, if these 2 triangles are congruent, it means that the rest of the angle or rest of the side will be equal also. This is the property of congruent two congruent triangles. So that is why I have written, therefore angle CBD is this angle and this angle. CED is also equal, and what is the reason? Corresponding properties of congruent triangles. BCD formula is full form is corresponding properties of congruent triangle. Now, if in one side 2 angles are equal, now you can see that one side 2 angles are equal, then what we can say in theorem 39, if in only one side 2 angles are equal, then they are in the same circle, therefore BCD are concyclic. Okay, understood this one? Copy this one. Now class 10, and give you question number 12, 13 homework. If you have any queries, you will ask me in the given email ID, as well as you have to submit this homework by tomorrow in the mail given to you.